Good morning, student. I am Mr. Nitin Rawal as your class teacher beside being your subject teacher. Welcome to online class. So please be attentive for today's lecture. Today we are to learn lesson number 4. The title of this lesson is Everything for the Best. Let us discuss what does this title want to convey. Through this title we can understand everything for the best. It means whatever happens in our life, whatever is surrounding us, is everything is best for us. This is we who recognize the things, recognize the world as bad or good. God has made everything is best for us. God has given equal opportunity to everyone. But this is we who qualifies, who identify, who utilize the opportunity in our own manner. To some extent, whenever something bad happens to us, we blame the God. Actually, there is God who does not do any harm to anybody. Even though in that case we blame the God. Actually, it is our good or bad deeds that make us happen good or bad with us. There is no God who make us face the bad and good things. Actually, it is our good and bad karmas that make us face the good and bad thing in the life. You know, how does the karma follow us in our life? By the time of doing good deed, good karma, we realize, but by the time of doing bad deed, bad karma, we don't realize. By the time we forget, oh, it happened, whatever we did is quite good, but actually in the manner, in the sense of God, God decide, God classify whether it is good or bad things. And all those bad things in our life follow us. One day they overtake and give us reward or result in the form of bad things. And by the time we blame God, actually there is no God. God is neither unjust or unkind. God is, benevolent for all every living being. He never wishes anybody to do harm. But here we blame the God. Oh, God has done this and God has done that. Actually, God is not responsible. We, our own self, is responsible for our doing good or bad things in throughout the life. Actually, this title make us understand if we do good to others, naturally there will be the time for us to get reward, to get result in a good form. But if we do bad to others, naturally we have to get bad in return. Sometimes we fail to understand the opportunity, sometimes we fail to understand the time where to favor or not to favor, what to do and what not to do. If once we understand everything, that means there is no harm on this planet that seems to be bad to us. Altogether, God has made this planet very beautiful, very nice thing, and everything in this world is very best to help us lead our life very peacefully, hopefully, and very lovingly. So, let us understand now paragraph to paragraph. Better be attentive to understand the paragraph. Here I am to read and explain you in details. Through this title, let's go through this story. What does this title convey in this story? So here you are. In ancient time, There was a rich and powerful king who ruled over a vast kingdom. Balbir Singh was his advisor as well close friend. Caravan loads daily brought wealth into his capital, and his kingdom was well administered by the ministers under the guidance of Balbir Singh. The only irritation the king sometimes suffered was to see the life of famine, ills of famine, epidemic, wars, which men seem unable to avoid. He could not reconcile this on account of Balbir Singh of repeated belief that everything is for the best. When challenged, the minister would reply that such burdens ennoble man's nature and teach him wisdom, so bringing mankind slowly towards perfection. Here in this paragraph, we understand the king with his kingdom, with his minister ruling over his kingdom very peacefully. But who can avoid the misfortune? The king wanted to make his kingdom very perfect, wanted to rule his kingdom very perfect peacefully. But the matter of irritation for the king is only the natural disaster, natural calamities like a famine. Here in this paragraph mentioned famine, epidemic, war. All these things, famine and disaster and epidemic are the natural calamities, but war is a man-made calamities. So to some extent the king himself get disturbed. Though he had a very wise minister, Balbir Singh, as a close friend, he was a best advisor. Even though he could not avoid this misfortune coming in the way, that's why he wanted to find the permanent solution. But in every situation, whether it is good or bad, during this situation, Balbir Singh has only one repeated sentence. That is what this title says, everything is best for us. And that makes the king and other ministers irritated. They wanted to punish the Balbir Singh as and when he repeats this statement. Let's go through the next paragraph to understand what this story leads ahead. The man was optimistic to the core, and no hardship in the life had any discouraging effect on him, because he would always look at the positive side of the world adversity. He could think of the benefit that he could derive from adversity. In fact, this particular trait was so prominent in him that others around him very often got tired of his often repeated sentence. See here in this paragraph, optimistic, the one who has a positive side, the one who has a looking positive side in every situation, the one who is very positive toward his own life or the others, never gets disturbed by any kind of difficulties or hardship that come in his life. Here Balbir Singh has this good quality. Trait means good quality, and this good quality, due to this quality, Balbir Singh always find the prosperity in adversity. That means even in bad situation, he could find himself the better way to lead the life ahead. And due to this trait, many of those ministers surrounding him feels envy of him. They were tired of his repeated statement that is everything for the best. In every situation, Balbir Singh used to repeat the same statement. That is what this title says, everything for the best, and that makes king as well the other minister irritated, sometimes wanted to punish him. Let's go through next paragraph. Here we come to know this paragraph. The one who is optimistic can find the positivity in every situation, even the situation is very bad, even in that situation one who is very optimistic can find the positivity. That means good quality benefit of the situations in every adversity, in every bad situations. And why there is a adversity in life, why there is a bad situation in life? Because with those bad qualities, with those bad situation, man realize his own capacity, and with those all those bad quality make the man perfect, at least toward the perfection, lead him or her toward the perfection in his life. That's why we need bad qualities, bad situation even in life also. Let's move to next paragraph. One day, the king Balbir Singh went out riding on a hunting expedition to the dense forest. They pursued a deer in the forest and was soon lost deep in the jungle. Feeling thirsty and hungry, they began to look for water. At length, they discovered a solitary boon. Here, one day, what happened? The king and Balbir Singh, along with other ministers, went for a hunting. There, they went in deep jungle, and by the time they lost their way and forgot to return the way. Due to this expedition, here expedition means a hunting journey along with the team. Here king and Balbir Singh along with all those ministers had been in jungle to hunt the deer, and while doing so they forgot the way. They lost the way in deep jungle, and they felt very tired. They wanted to drink water, feel hungry, they wanted to have a food, but they have almost lost their way in this jungle. Let's move to next paragraph. When they discovered a solitary wood apple here in the deep jungle, they tired themselves and they wanted to rest them. That's why they were in search of a tree, water, food, everything. Finally, they got one of the solitary wood apple. When the king tried to cut the apple, he, as luck would have it, the sword slipped from his hand and he cut off his finger. Here what happened? See how the story takes the turn in this paragraph. Here, while expedition hunting, they lost their way into the jungle. They felt thirsty and hungry. They began to look water. Meanwhile, they find a wood apple and a solitary wood apple. There, the king himself tried to cut an apple with his sword, and what as luck would have it, that means the day was not made for him. Luck was not with him. Luck was not favor him, and the sword from his hand slipped and cut his finger instead of an apple. The king let out a piercing cry, and he was aghast when he saw the bleeding finger. Here, what happened? While cutting an apple, the king himself would not have his lucky day, and the sword slipped from his hand and cut his finger instead of an apple. The king himself gave a deep pain cry. He was get he was got shocked when he saw his finger was bleeding. That means there was a blood. Here, aghast means, here already you have in the textbook, the aghast means get a shocked. That shock was not a deep shock due to something sudden happening. Here, let's move to next paragraph. So, as and when the king gave a big deep cry, the ministers surrounding him came close to him, and they saw the king pointed his severed finger that the sword that lay on the ground. The sword slipped from his hand, cut his finger, and fell on the ground. Due to bleeding, the king gave a deep cry of pain. Hearing this cry, minister closed him. They saw the sword was lying on the ground. Picking up the sword, the advisor, his characteristic way, was about to say his favorite statement. Here, all those rest ministers tried to give a first aid to the king as king got his finger cut. But Balbir Singh did something usual that is strange for them. He took the sword from the land and wanted to repeat the same statement that he used to repeating every time. So, and that statement, so everything is for the best, isn't it? Asked the king ironically. The minister replied that he believed it must be so. Here, as king saw Balbir Singh picking up the sword from the land, he knew very well that Balbir Singh would repeat the same repeated sentence, everything is for best. So to make fun of, to make in a ironically manner, to agitate him, king himself repeated the same that statement, looking at Balbir Singh. So everything is for the best, isn't it? Thus he wanted to remind Balbir Singh that he had a habit of repeating the statement, and even in this adverse situation, bad situation, as king got his finger cut, in that situation Balbir Singh would repeat the same statement. That is why instead of Balbir Singh, king himself repeated, making Balbir Singh understand he had a bad habit to repeat the statement, and that statement was everything is for the best. Let's move to next paragraph. The advisor was as calm as ever. With due respect, he answered, "Yes, Your Majesty, it may be a blessing in disguise. Take it from me, something good is going to come out of this apparent tragic incident. God has willed this way, so we should not complain." Here, as the king ironically stated that everything is for the best, in that reply, Balbir Singh said something else that was deep in sense. Yes, Your Majesty, he believed that everything is for best by stating that blessing in disguise. Here you can see blessing in disguise. This means we can hope something good though it is a very bad situation. God makes test us to face the difficulty and then give good food rewards after facing the difficulty. Here, blessing in disguise, that means to hope for the best even in the worst situation. This is what he say. Explaining in detail that Balbir made king understand, let us take this incident as a good because something bad was going to happen compared to this, and here God has made this much, so that we should oblige him, we should thank him for this little incident. This is what the Balbir Singh wanted to explain the king. The king couldn't believe what his advisor had said. He couldn't comprehend how the loss of his finger could be a blessing. Here Balbir Singh conveyed the king that though he got his finger cut, but it is good for him. The king himself not able to understand why Balbir Singh used to saying that though he had got his finger cut, it was a good for him. So he could not understand the Balbir Singh word. The distraught king was sure his courtiers was making fun of him. In his fury, the king ordered Balbir out of his sight, seeing that he had indeed enraged the king. Balbir had no choice but leave the king alone. Here, Balbir Singh made his repeated statement that the king could not understand, and due to repeated statement all the rest minister made fun of the king, and thus the king got angry and he ordered Balbir Singh to leave immediately the place. Balbir Singh easily understood the rage of the king, so it was very wise for him to leave immediately the king's side out of sight. Let's move to next paragraph. In his hunger and pain, the king fell into uneasy sleep. As they were on a hunting expedition, they lost the way in deep forest. They felt tired and hungry. They want water to drink and food to eat. Due to this tiresome journey, the king, beside, lost his finger, was bleeding heavily, and that's why king felt uneasy sleep as soon as he was under the wood apple. As he lay at the root of the tree, he was discovered by the tribesmen of the jungle. As king ordered his minister Balbir Singh to leave him immediately, the rest of the minister went in search of food and water. King alone was under that apple tree, got unconscious. By the time when king came to sense and opened his eyes, he found himself, he was surrounded by tribesmen, means jungle men, primitive men. They were surrounding the king, who in the last day of their great annual festival was seeking of a sacrificial victim for the tiger goddess. They were delighted to find such a handsome victim. Here, when king found he was surrounded by the tribesmen, all those tribesmen were in search of the sacrificial victim, as they were to celebrate their tiger goddess festival. Every year they celebrate the festival and they offer sacrificial victim, that means बलि. हर साल वो अपनी गॉडेस टाइगर गॉडेस को बलि चढ़ाते हैं, और ये बलि ढूंढने के लिए, शिकार ढूंढने के लिए वो लोग जंगल में आए थे. और यहाँ ये ट्राइब्समैन में सीइंग द किंग, they were very happy. It was such a handsome victim for their goddess tiger. It was a fine victim. They got pleased seeing the king. वो बहुत खुश हो गए. Let's move to next paragraph. The warriors were in their colorful costume with plumes and holding their spear upright in reverse to their royal prisoner. They marched to their chief palace on stilt, built on stilt. Here, looking at this handsome victim, they were very happy and they wanted to inform their king. That's why, with the king keeping holding on this on their spear, they were in a particular colorful dress. They were decorated plumes. Here, plume means already given. You can find here, and they wanted to inform their king lived in a palace built on stilt, that is on top of the rock. Now let's move to next page. The tribal soldiers presented their booty to the chief, who judged that the prisoner was indeed of royal blood. He was pleased with the minions prize catch. He decided that blue blood would be an excellent offering to the supreme deity. Therefore, he sent for the tribal priest and old men who came in soon afterward. As tribesmen were reached the king, they made the king see their fine victim they found in the jungle. King himself was very happy and he wanted to reward his minions, means servant, those tribesmen with the awards of prize, because they found that time very fine victim, so that that time they can make their goddess very much pleased and bless them all. In that final decision, in that final conclusion, they wanted to decide whether it is perfect for the sacrificial victim or not. They sent for the priest. The priest himself was the final decider who can decide whether the victim is perfect for the deity or not. That's why they sent for the priest to observe this victim. As was the custom, the tribal priest had to approve all the offering to the deity. It was his duty to see that each offering was perfect in all respect. Seeing that a king was going to be the object of sacrifice on the day, the priest did not inspect the prisoner from head to toe. Instead, he ordered that the process be started without delay. They looked the king to smearing of red to their altar. After some wild dancing, the final sacrificial preparation began with the smearing of the red and yellow powder over the victim's forehead, feet, and hand. However, it was during the announcing of the body that the old priest noticed that something was amiss. Here, what happened? As and when the priest came, he simply looked at the victim. Initially, he did not observe the victim in detail, but he simply told, oh, this was the perfect victim for this time to their deity, as being a royal family member. So he ordered to start the ceremonial for the sacrifice. There was a wild dance surrounding him before starting the sacrificial ceremony. When the priest ordered the tribesmen to smear, to wrap the red yellow powder over the victim's body on his forehead. There, priest observed something through his head, hands, and toe. There he found something was missing. So, priest made stop there. And what was that? He observed that one of the finger on the king's left hand was missing. While smearing a yellow-red powder over his forehead, priest observed the whole body properly, and there he found one of the fingers of the king's left hand was missing. He shook his head and said in his sonorous voice, "I am sorry, Your Royal Highness, we cannot proceed by we cannot proceed with the sacrifice. The deity will accept only those who are whole bodied. The body should not have any blemish. The prisoner body is imperfect and is not for the offering to the deity." Here, while smearing yellow powder on his forehead, the priest observed the whole body, and there he found the one of the left hand finger missing. Priest ordered request the king not to sacrifice this victim for their deity, because he found incomplete body. It was not perfect body, and there was customary practice they could not offer their deity the imperfect body. So as per rule and regulation, priest made stop that, saying that this body was imperfect, so that they could not offer their deity, though it was a royal body. So he made stop. Let's move to next paragraph. The tribesmen fled in honor, for they had nearly presented imperfect sacrifice and feared that the wrath of the goddess. Here, as and when priest declared this body was incomplete, imperfect for the deity, the minions, those who brought the tribesmen, those who brought this victim to the palace for sacrificial ceremony, got threatened, got second that they would get a punishment as from their deity, as they found this imperfect body for the sacrificial ceremony. So they were feared, they were afraid. This time the goddess tiger would curse them. Next paragraph. As the king hobbled away as fast as his leg could carry him, he realized that the loss of his finger had indeed blazing for the best. But what of the bruised and scratched body of Balbir? Was that for the best? Here, as soon as the king and the priest declared his body imperfect for the offering, the king realized Balbir's statement. Oh, this is why the Balbir had made this statement, everything for the best, though he got his finger cut. He understood well. Balbir's statement was perfect. He foresighted, he could see in future, and repeating the statement, everything for the best, and it is proven. It proven that due to his finger cut, he was saved from victimize of deity goddess. I mean, that time. That means he was left live, not and they did not sacrifice this imperfect body. Here he could understand the Balbir Singh's statement. But beside, he thought he had got his finger cut and that's why he was saved. But what about the Balbir? He made him out of sight. he got bruise on his body, and how in his case that was the good thing for him. So to understand further, he realized this, and let's go through next paragraph. Yeah, said Balbir Singh later, for if he had known of the king's peril, he would have come to the king's and been overcome by the numerous tribesmen, thus serving as a substitute him victim. So everything was for the best after all. To make understand the king's statement, why the Brucey got everything best in Balbir Singh life, Balbir explained here. Got king his finger cut, and due to the one of the missing finger, he was saved as an imperfect victim. But if Balbir Singh had been with him by the time of his finger cut, these tribesmen would have taken him to the priest, and in that case, Balbir Singh was to be proven the perfect body for their deities' sacrifice, and he might have been killed by them. So king ordered him out of sight. Balbir Singh left king, and only king was carried to the priest for their final sacrificial. There his body was proven imperfect and got relief, got saved of those victim goddess. But बलबीर मेड किंग अंडरस्टैंड, अगर वो आपके साथ होता तो वो तो परफेक्ट बॉडी में था, तो उसका बलि ये लोग ज़रूर चढ़ा देते। तो अब बलबीर सिंह ने रिपीटिंग स्टेटमेंट एवरीथिंग बेस्ट ब्लेजिंग इन डिस्गाइज कैसे होता है वो अपने वर्ड थ्रू प्रूव करके बताया। किंग हैप्पी, ही अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग, वाई बलबीर सिंह statement repeated statement everything is best for us in one life is proven here. So friend, this is what this story says about. We should not despair or lose our hope in every adverse situation, in every bad situation. What if bad things happen? There is a hope for happening good things. We should believe in God, we should believe in karma. God is neither unjust nor unkind. Only our karmas decide good and bad happening in our life. If you have heard the story, that means an incident whenever the cat Billy wanted to hunt the mouse, it chased the mouse very soft foot behind him. Same way, अपने जैसे बिल्ली चूहे को पकड़ने के लिए कितना चुपचाप पीछा कर लेती है, सेम वे अपने गुड एंड बैड डीड्स अपनी लाइफ में अपने को फॉलो करते हैं. बैड थिंग्स, बैड डीड्स follows, chase us behind us soft-footed, and one day they overtake us. Whenever they overtake us and give a reward, in by that time we blame God. Oh, why it happened with me? Why God made happen with me? We sometimes blame the God, but actually God is not neither unjust nor unkind. It is our karma that decide our bad and good things in life. So this is what this story is saying about. Everything is for best. Thank you. Good day.